What's up, you guys? It's Nick Johnson once again, your favorite sports YouTube journalist, and I'm coming back here with another video on this week's sports update. So, for those of you joining in, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comment section after this is done, and make sure you hit that bell right next to the subscribe button where you can get my daily notification updates. And with that, here we go. Now we're gonna start with a little NFL action this week. Starting with that Thursday night game between the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Miami easily won that game, 31-13. A couple touchdown passes from Ryan Fitzpatrick, and the Dolphin defense stymied Gardner Minshew all game long, and the Jaguars just weren't able to get into a rhythm offensively. So, Miami gets their first win of the season thanks to that performance. So, on to the next game, which is the Sunday morning games. Yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Houston Texans. Steelers win that one 28-21. Another good performance from Ben Roethlisberger on his comeback tour. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals, they finished tied at 23. The Eagles were trailing 23-16 with under a minute to go before Carson Wentz took it into the end zone himself to tie the game up to force overtime, but neither team was able to capitalize. So both teams, the Bengals and Eagles, finished tied and both remain winless. They were both 0-2 heading into this game, but neither could come away with a win. So that basically tells the story of that. And the Eagles are basically kind of like a mess right now. They just can't get in any sort of rhythm. They falter at the biggest of moments, and they still can't buy themselves a win. So sorry to put it like that, but at the same time, it's true. The San Francisco 49ers against the New York Giants, the reigning NFC champions, who were ravaged with injuries last week in a win against the New York Jets, thanks to concerns over the field turf at MetLife Stadium, both home to the Giants and the Jets up in East Rutherford, New Jersey. But this time, they didn't let them deter them, because I haven't got any word of any injuries that they had in this game. But regardless of that, they came away with a big blowout win, 36-9 over the G-Men, who are still trying to find their identity as a whole, with the fact that Saquon Barkley is now out for the year with a torn ACL. So that's a really big loss for the Giants, and it's probably going to be a really long season for them. So the New England Patriots, my New England Patriots, yes, I'm a Pats fan, I know. Don't fight me. The New England Patriots hosting the Las Vegas Raiders, the 2-0 Raiders. And New England wins that one 36-20. The rushing game for New England was the big story for this one. Everybody from Cam Newton to Rex Burkhead, to Sony Michel and Julian Taylor, our undrafted rookie, each had for combined total of over 200 yards rushing. Especially Michel, who had finished with 9 carries for 117 yards, especially a huge 48-yard gain. And the New England defense forced a couple good turnovers off of Derek Carr, especially strip sacking him at the goal line before recovering the ball in the end zone for a touchdown. So it was a really good, solid performance for New England from both sides of the ball. New England moves to 2-1, while the Raiders get their first loss of the season. The Tennessee Titans over the Minnesota Vikings, 31-30. It was somewhat of a good performance from Kirk Cousins, but at the same time, it just wasn't enough. Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill led Tennessee to just barely a 1-point victory. So it was a good win for Tennessee, who are really, really catching on and improving each week under Ryan Tannehill, who came off of taking this Titans to the AFC Championship game last season after taking over for Marcus Mariota, who's now backing up Derek Carr in Las Vegas as we speak. So let's see how Tennessee can keep this up throughout the rest of the season. The Cleveland Browns hosting the Washington football team, still nameless squad, and won this game 34-20. Another strong performance on the ground game for the Browns. Nick Chubb with over 100 yards rushing, was 2 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield threw for 2 touchdowns, and the defense was solid. 2 sacks from Myles Garrett and 3 interceptions by the defense against Dwayne Haskins. So, good performance. The Buffalo Bills avoided a big-time collapse and were able to ensure a final drive to win the game against the Los Angeles Rams 35-32. After the Rams find themselves trailing in the second half 28-3 before they stormed all the way back and Jake Allen ensured a game-winning drive, which was not without controversy on that pass interference call with 21 seconds to go that put the Bills another chance to steal a win in Buffalo. So, but other than that, great performances from both Jared Goff and Jake Allen on both sides of the ball. LA falls to 2-1 while Buffalo stays undefeated at 3-0. So, and Buffalo's been like one of the hottest surprising teams this season that we have seen so far. So, it's about that. The Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta did it again. They blew another lead and lost again. The Falcons had a 26-10 lead over Mitchell Trubisky and the Bears before the Bears opted to switch quarterbacks, benching Trubisky for Nick Foles. And Foles, with the touchdown passes to the likes of Allen Robinson and Jimmy Graham, was able to lead the Bears to a comeback win and steal one in Atlanta, 30-26. That's now back-to-back weeks in which the Falcons had led more than 15 points for the majority of the game, only for them to squander it up and lose the game. So they did it last week against the Dallas Cowboys. Now they've done it again against the Chicago Bears on their home turf. And with that being said, if you're head coach Dan Quinn right now, you got to be in the hot seat because it does not look good for you. Let's see, the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Good performance for Teddy Bridgewater, a better performance than he had in the last 2 weeks, especially last week against Tampa. Justin Herbert just continues to improve despite throwing an interception. Herbert threw for over 300 yards and a touchdown, and was nearly on the verge of leading the Chargers to a big-time win over the Panthers, but miscommunication on the final play forced a fumble, and Carolina hangs on by a thread, 21-16 over LA. So, yeah. The New York Jets visiting the Indianapolis Colts. Jets got stymied, steamrolled all over the place, 36-7, courtesy of that Colts defense, who are without Malik Hooker, their young star safety, who is now out for the year with a torn Achilles. But that didn't matter, because every single opportunity that the Colts defense took, they took advantage right away, off the spot. 3 interceptions against Sam Darnold, plus 1 that they returned for a touchdown, which basically was the de facto in this game. And the Jets are just continuing to be a laughingstock. Matter of fact, before the game, I read an article that the Jets management were looking into the performances of the Jets' ensuing games to determine the future of head coach Adam Gase, who really has not had good fortunes as of late. So I wouldn't be surprised if they fired him mid-season, because the Jets are a laughingstock. Seriously. The game of the week, the Seattle Seahawks hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Seahawks win by a thread on a game-winning touchdown from Russell Wilson to DK Metcalf to lead Seattle in a victory over Dallas 38-31 with under a minute to go. Russell Wilson is continuing his hot start to his league MVP season, with 5 touchdown passes in this game. Now 14 touchdown passes through the first 3 games of the season, breaking a Patrick Mahomes record of 13 to begin the first 3 games of the year. And 3 of those touchdown passes were to Tyler Lockett, who had a really outstanding game. And it was getting to the point where it might nearly be a statement win for Seattle before Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and the Cowboys forced to come back to win this game and to make a big statement win. Oh, excuse me. I apologize because I'm having allergies right now, so it's becoming a real problem for me. So, but I'm okay. So, with that being said, Seahawks win 38-31. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Denver Broncos. Tampa wins that one easily, 28-10. Excuse me. Jesus. 1 second, guys. My goodness, I'm having allergies all morning, guys. So I apologize if you hear me like that. And my nose being pink and all. Just trying to fight this off, I'm trying to get through the day. Bucks win their game against the Broncos 28-10. Tom Brady had a better performance as a Buck so far, with almost 300 yards passing and 3 touchdown passes, and the Bucs defense was stout as they have been since last season. So another win for Tampa. Detroit hangs on the win by a game-winning field goal from Matt Prater to take the win over the Arizona Cardinals 26-23 to snap their 11-game losing streak that carried on from last season and to get their first win of the year. So, the Sunday night game, the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints, another all-time classic duel between Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, when Aaron Rodgers came on top against Drew 37-30 with a couple touchdown passes on his behalf. And Brees had another great performance. And Alvin Kamara was the star figure for the passing game and not the running game, as he had 13 catches for over 100 yards and a score. Allen Lazard for Green Bay had a breakout game, 6 catches for 142 yards and a score. So it was a really solid effort for both teams throughout. And to close it out with the Monday night game, you had the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens last night. Chiefs win that one 34-20 behind Patrick Mahomes' 5 total touchdown passes, 4 through the air and 1 on the ground. And this reigning Super Bowl MVP got the best of the reigning league MVP, who has now fallen to 0-3 in his career against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So, and he admitted that himself that the Chiefs are basically his kryptonite. So, and that's kind of concerning if you're a guy of that caliber. And that's it with the NFL Week 3 of the season. Let's shift over to basketball. I want to say congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers, my beloved LA Lakers, and the Miami Heat for winning their respective conferences, and they will face each other in the NBA Finals. Yes, the Los Angeles Lakers came out on top with a Game 5 clinching win over the Denver Nuggets, and Sunday night, the Miami Heat followed suit and did their thing against the Boston Celtics in 6 games. So, the Lakers making their first NBA Finals appearance for the first time since 2010, when Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol led the Lakers to their 16th and most recent NBA title. And for the Lakers, this is their 32nd Finals appearance. 32nd Finals appearance, which is a now NBA record for the most appearances by one franchise in the Finals in NBA history, while the Heat are making their first Finals since 2014, when they had LeBron, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh. You know? And with LeBron with the LA Lakers, he looks to, in his 10th Finals appearance, which is the most incredible stretch that anybody's ever done, is looking for his 4th NBA title. And to give the Lakers their 17th NBA title, which is an NBA record stand by the Boston Celtics. Well, the Miami Heat's been looking for the first title since going back-to-back in 12 and 13 with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and everyone else at the helm. It's going to be a great series. So, Game 1 of the Finals is tomorrow night on ABC, so do check it out. And let me know who you got in that series. You got Miami, you got LA. How do you think the series will go, and who do you got? And who do you got as Finals MVP? Let me know what you think in the comment section. And speaking of the NBA, I just got breaking news yesterday evening that Doc Rivers is now officially no longer the head coach of the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers and Rivers parted way yesterday after finishing the season in disappointing fashion, blowing a 3-1 series lead and losing the series to the Denver Nuggets in 7 games in the second round. And many people had them pegged as championship favorites to win it all this season, or at least make the Western Conference Finals this season against the LA Lakers in the highly anticipated Battle for LA matchup, but that never came to fruition because the Clippers choked it up when it matters the most. And after 7 seasons in which they had more than 50 wins, making the playoffs every year, but just could not even get out of the second round of the playoffs, is what did the Clippers in. Choke jobs, injuries, I can understand that, but this is just one big disappointment that's going to hang over for a long time. So, to me, this wasn't surprising. This is going to come. You're already an NBA champion head coach, and yet you can't even do that same success you had in Boston for the LA Clippers. Yeah, we all know this was going to happen. So, Doc Rivers is out, and a new head coaching gig will begin soon. Most likely pass on the reins to either Tyronn Lue or Sam Cassell, 2 of Rivers' assistants. But both of them got interests for other teams that are looking for head coaches like Philadelphia, Houston, Indiana, and even Oklahoma City. So it's going to be really interesting to see where this goes. And that's about it for the NBA. Now in hockey, for the first time ever in the Stanley Cup, in the pandemic era, we have a champion. we have a new Stanley Cup champion, and that is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Excuse me. That's right. The Tampa Bay Lightning has won the Stanley Cup for the first time since 2004, with their cup-clinching win last night in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals over the Dallas Stars 2-0 in Game 6, with goals coming from Braden Point and Blake Coleman, respectively. Longtime Tampa defenseman Victor Hedman's been named the Conn Smythe winner as playoff MVP, leading all defensemen in points and plus-minus as well. He had an outstanding playoff run from top to bottom. And of course, Steven Stamkos, their longtime captain, was the first one to hoist the cup, who didn't even play at all this playoff year, but had a significant impact in the locker room, even without his services, So it was a great win. It tipped my hat off to the Dallas Stars. They had a valiant effort, forced the series in 6, and did all they could to keep their season alive, and they had a great run. With Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, Joe Pavelski, Corey Perry, Alex Radulov, Joel Kiviranta, and Anton Khudobin, above all else, they had a great postseason run, and I'm pretty sure they're going to use this as motivation to get back to the big dance next season. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, that's basically all I have for this week's sports update. Oh, and I also want to do a quick summary of what I've been doing for the last few days. I've been going on DraftKings and just basically been playing my money out left and right to see if I can win tons of cash if I can. And it's been pretty fun so far, even though I haven't won anything significant, as we all know it. Yeah, it's really fun. I'm going to talk more about that on my next video tomorrow. See how that goes. And other than that, there's basically all the sports updates that I have to get to you so far. Oh, and also Tampa Bay, the Lightning are going to have like some sort of boat parade compared to the usual ones from years past because of, the whole COVID pandemic. They're going to do it in a unique way. So they're going to have a parade on the boats out in the ocean. And it should be fun. So once again, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning for winning their first Stanley Cup since 2004 and second in franchise history. So real big win for them. And that's all the updates that I want to have for you right now. Oh, rather, I want to get to Major League Baseball real quick. I forgot like a couple clinching scenarios happened this past weekend, as the Chicago Cubs won the National League Central Division, the Atlanta Braves won the National League East Division, and the Miami Marlins, the St. Louis Cardinals, and the Milwaukee Brewers have all clinched the final playoff spots in the National League. And yes, I am not kidding, the Miami Marlins are in the playoffs. I'm even shocked of saying that myself too, given the fact that the Marlins have not made the playoffs since 2003, when they accidentally won the World Series that year and went back to being in mediocrity. Now this is their third overall postseason trip, and their first since their championship winning season of 2003. And both of those, and the two times that they made the playoffs were all World Series wins, 1997 and 2003, and all were as wildcard teams. And with this significance, I don't know how this is going to look. So, yeah. So the Major League Baseball playoffs are set. Today is the first official day of Major League postseason baseball. October baseball started earlier than expected. You have the wildcard series going on in the American League playoffs, with the New York Yankees, the Tampa Bay Rays, the Cleveland Indians, the Chicago White Sox, the Minnesota Twins, the Oakland Athletics, and the Houston Astros all kicking off this year's playoff edition. So let me know what you think in the comment section on who you got in the playoffs. Who do you think has the best chance to win the World Series? Who do you think will win the American League and the National League pennants? And who you got in each series? So I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow and keep y'all posted and updated. Plus, I told y'all I will be talking to y'all tomorrow about how I've been doing in DraftKings and whatnot and how it works. I'm pretty sure y'all know it, but I just want to give you like quick updates on that. But other than that, this is Nick Johnson. This is a recent most sports update. And make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Hit that bell button where you can get my daily notification updates on my videos. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And that's about it. This is Nick Johnson, and I'm signing off. Peace.